Hello, this is Smokin' Joe Gamer on Blue Sky, Twitch, and YouTube. Here is another episode of Holiday Buying Guide 2024. Today I'm going to be playing Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. This will be a short video just to give you a full overview of the game and help you decide if you want to buy it or not. And there will be minimal story spoilers, other than the fact that Yuffie does join the party, and I'll be showing some of her combat in this video. So let's go ahead and load my game here. Okay. So, as you can see, my playtime is about 25 hours. Yuffie has joined the party. I also have Red 13, who was not fully playable in the previous games. Now, I just did one of the activities in the game. This will make the Titan battle a little bit easier if I want to go to the combat simulator and try to get Alexander to join me as a summoning materia. And as you can see too, there are crafting materials that you can pick up. So in this game you can craft potions and stuff. There's a whole item transmuter system here. So when you make an item for the first time, you get an XP bonus. As your level goes up, you get more recipes. So as long as you have the materials, there you go. It's pretty standard stuff. So that's one of the things they added from the previous game. So this is a direct sequel to Final Fantasy VII Remake. So if you haven't played that one yet, you're going to want to go do that first. Also play the Intergrade DLC, where you play as Yuffie, and that's an important story chapter. Now, if you played Final Fantasy VII Remake and didn't like it, then I don't think you're going to like this one either. So I currently have this on the graphics mode. It looks amazing, but the frame rate does look a little bit choppy, doesn't it? So I'm going to go ahead and... Hold on. Sorry. I'm going to go ahead and switch to the other mode so you can see what that looks like. And that's what I prefer to play it on. So you have Performance Sharp and Performance Smooth. On Performance Sharp, you're getting 60 frames per second, although the graphics do look a little bit blurry. So this is running on a regular PS5 console. It is a PS5 exclusive, and I'm recording this directly from the console in 4K. So graphics mode is 4K resolution at 30 frames per second. Performance mode, I'm not sure what the exact resolution is, but it is 60 frames per second. And you can see the shadows look a little bit worse. There's a little bit of blurriness to everything, a little bit less anti-aliasing, I think, but it still looks pretty good, I'd say. So at full price, this is a $70 game, but you do get what you pay for. You know, I don't mind paying AAA prices as long as I'm getting a polished game with good graphics and all that. So, no bugs, no glitches, no crashes. And performance is pretty good most of the time. So let's get into a fight so you can see how that works if you're not familiar with it. So when you touch enemies, you get into a fight, and then it turns into a real-time combat system. You build up action points as you attack enemies, and that allows you to use skills and spells. Of course, your spells use mana. So most of it is just mashing the square button to keep attacking, but you can dodge and you can block. So there. The combat plays out similarly to Remake. Now there are two improvements. One is that if you block at just the right time, you get a parry instead and you don't take any damage. The other is that characters can now learn skills that deal elemental damage but don't use MP. So one thing that happened to me a lot in Remake is that I was constantly running out of mana in important fights, or I just didn't have the right materia equipped to get the spells for exploiting weaknesses. But that doesn't happen in this game anymore, which is nice. So you can see I was playing a little bit of Red 13 just now. So here's how Yuffie plays. She throws her ninja star, and then it attaches to the enemy, and then she can use ninjutsu. So the combat's fun most of the time. Sometimes enemies do a lot of damage. Yeah, so I just demonstrated how that works. Yeah, you need really good timing on that, unfortunately. Alright. So there you go. That's how the combat plays out. So in Remake, you had Barrett, Tifa, and Aerith in the party. I wanted to show off some gameplay of the two new characters. Most of the time you have to have Cloud in the party, but there are some story sections where they'll change your party composition or your controlled character. For instance, there's a section where I was in the mines and they had me playing as Barrett, and that was fun because I was able to shoot crystals and other things with the gun. I had a lot of fun in that part. The game has a lot of variety, but that having been said, sometimes I feel like they try to cram too much stuff into one game. So you have these chocobo stops here where you'll find one of the little chocobos, it'll lead you to this, and then you have to lift up the sign, and then you have to use a cushion if you want to rest on the bench to get your health and stuff back. That's one of many side activities that you can do. So yeah, it embraces the sillier aspects of the series, so you're going to see chocobos, moogles, and a whole lot of mini-games, let me tell you. There's also a card game built in that they try to make you play, but it's never mandatory, and I actually don't care for it that much. It's called Queen's Blood. Some people really like it. I'm just not really into card games anymore. So this is the game. Now, Remake had this kind of dark, gritty story. It was kind of linear. It was a shorter game, and I kind of liked that. Whereas this game, yeah, there's more variety, but there's also just a lot of cute critters, a lot of mini games, and I think that hurts the pacing a little bit. I'm kind of getting burned out on big open world RPGs. Although this is definitely one of the better ones I've played. So while the previous game was about 30 to 40 hours long, in this game I've played about 25 hours and the story has barely progressed at all. But that's also because I've been doing a lot of the side content and quests and stuff, and sometimes it's fun to just explore and just admire the artwork and the graphics. Now, I was just in a story section where first I had to ride on a dolphin and go through like a racetrack to get to the next part, and then they made me play this rhythm mini game. So my characters were pretending to be Shinra soldiers, and you had to hit the right button at the right time for their whole marching routine, and it was kind of fun. But the thing with this game is I really have to be in the mood for it, you know? Sometimes I prefer shorter, more linear, like action games. So I spent a lot of time just picking up materials and stuff. But the combat is a lot of fun. You assess enemies, you learn their weaknesses and try to exploit it. And it's easier to do that with some of the new skills that they added. So they changed the weapon upgrade and skill trees and stuff, but I wouldn't say that's better or worse, I'd say it's just different, that's all. Alright, what's up here? So now there's some platforming sections like this where you gotta climb up walls, and that's fine. You also get chocobos to help you get around faster, and there is fast travel. So like I said, it meets or exceeds all genre standards and all Final Fantasy standards. It's definitely a high point for the series. And look at that, I found a treasure box. $2,000. Thank you. Okay. And sometimes it takes a minute to get him to climb up or down. You gotta hit the control stick and hit the circle button. No big deal. So this game is very polished. I don't think I've had any crashes. No major bugs or glitches. But also it's been on the market for about 8 months now, so it got a few patches that iron things out. So let's see if I can do an activity for you. Let's fast travel back over to here. Okay, so I want to see what's in here. So let's go do this activity. And then I'll fast travel back to Chadley so you can see how he operates. Chadley is this dorky robot guy. But when you do activities, you get points that you can trade for items with him, like extra materia that you can't get anywhere else. But yeah, even on the performance setting, these graphics just look amazing. Look at the draw distance on that. It's pretty neat, huh? So yeah, I wanted to just show you some footage from one of these big open areas that you get. And I can't fast travel back to the other ones right now. Alright. Oh yeah, so this can be fun. When you're riding on a chocobo, sometimes they'll sense treasure nearby. So it's just sometimes I'm just not in the mood for all the silliness that this game offers. But it is fun. And now I realize some people don't like JRPGs, and that's okay. You know. And, you know, if you're not into JRPGs, then yeah, this is probably not for you. And that's okay. And there's also just excellent music in the game, of course. Hopefully you'll be able to hear it when this makes its way to YouTube. All right. Personally, I liked Final Fantasy 16. That was another game with a darker, grittier story, and it was a little more linear, a little more action-oriented. I didn't finish it, but I thought it had pretty good pacing. So this has kind of weird pacing because there's just a lot of different stuff to do, and it can actually be pretty jarring to go from like this to some of the more serious like story sections. Okay, oh, there we go. And this is just one of many activities you can do. Oh, cool. Looks like I'm getting new recipes from doing this. Hey, that's neat. Alright. And you can attack boxes to get items. That's always fun, right? Who doesn't like doing that? And now I'm just trying to find the third item that it wants me to find. And as soon as I do that, I can move on. Alright. Well, now it's telling me to go back down here. Okay. Oh, okay. I did it! So there, I got some new crafting recipes. And I just got some data points. That's what I was going for here. Alright. So, let's go back to town. We're gonna go talk to Chadley.
The best way to make tracks is on Togovac. All passengers with reservations.
He's a dork, but he is a nice guy and he is useful.
Perhaps you would like to use it to develop materia?
So as you can see, you can trade points for new materia, and I've already gotten a bunch, but I want another one of those. That could be fun. Now I'm going to go into the combat simulator. So this is where you get tutorials for the game itself and also tutorials for each character and teach you their playing style. And then you have these battles where if you can defeat one of these foes, then they become summoning materia, which comes in handy in longer fights and boss fights and stuff. But as you can see, I already did all this stuff. So one of the activities that you can do is you go to these shrines that will make these fights easier. So let's see if I have a chance against Alexander now with weaker power here. But I'm thinking I want to do ranged characters so he can't stomp on me. Let's see how well I do in this fight. And then that'll be it for the video. I don't want to spoil anything for you. So, I don't have Assess. At least not with her. Yeah. Okay. Let's heal up, and let's switch over to Barret. Because I also wanted to show you all of the characters in case you hadn't, you know, seen a lot of footage of the game yet. Alright, he's weak to lightning. I think I knew that already. Because I have tried this fight before and I didn't stand a chance. So... But this is how some of the longer fights will play out in, like, the boss fights. You know, you pick your 3 people and you just hope that you can, you know, exploit their weaknesses and stuff. So this is how Barrett plays. You know, he's a ranged character, but he can kind of act as a tank as well. Oops. That was pointless.
I'll take care of them.
And you can't use items in these fights. And you can issue commands to other people, so... Yeah. I'm actually not very good with Aerith. She's tricky.
Just a little should help. Go on. That's it. You can do it. Here I go.
That's not good. Alright, so I took out one of his arms, now let's try to take out the other arm. Yeah, and that's tricky. Let's pray. Good. Oh, now he's going over there. Ow. Boy, that hurt. Well, that didn't work. Oh. Laser. Watch out for the laser! And I like that the AI companions aren't dumb as dirt in this game. They're smart enough to get out of the way and stuff. All right. Okay, so now he's pressured. Oh, jeez. That was stupid. Alright. Now that he's pressured, I could try to stagger him. I did it again. Alright.
Bless them with your love and grace.
He's staggered, so let's use this.
Blow your ass straight to hell.
Here goes down.
Hope you don't mind if I kill you for the whole.
And cut. One more shot.
Alright, this is gonna take a while. Oh, now I can summon help. Yeah. Let's get this guy. Alright. Yeah! There we go. Oh boy. So now you can see how the summoning works in this game, which is good.
You in for it now. You'll
I'll show you what I can do. Gotta heal first. Why don't you lead the way?
Oh no, what's happening now? Oh, I think he's healing his arms. Oh boy. Alright.
You ain't good.
Yeah, these fights can take a long time, unfortunately. Alright, let's see what he does.
see you soon.
Sorry, but I got a bolt. Not now.
Oops. Okay, and now I lose because I have no way to revive her, so there you go. Yeah, these Titan battles are bullshit. Or whatever you want to call them, you know. Alright. So I think it took too long and now he's just gonna end me. Yeah. Yeah. These fights are really difficult and you gotta make sure that you have revive materia, so there you go. That's the combat simulator and that's how you get summoning materia. It's bullshit.
don't worry. Even incomplete trials can. I can't help but.
So there you
wonder
go.
what we'll meet next. So many fascinating possibilities.
That is Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. A fun game most of the time. You may find yourself in some difficult combat encounters that take several tries. Some of the bosses can be tough. But the game never gives you more than you can handle. And in some cases, you just have to retry with a different party composition or just change your materia. So. And the weapon upgrade system is different, but I just have it set to automatically prioritize different things. So. That's fine too. Alright, so there you go. That's Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. Hopefully this was informative for you. And please tune in for more episodes. Thank you very much. Good night.